Welcome back to EFC TV. This is the instant match review for Everton 1, Leeds 1. The game itself wasn't amazing, but obviously we again on a personal note, personally it feels like a drop point, kind of, if you want to say that. It weirdly feels like a drop point. Again, I don't know really. It feels weirdly like a drop point, doesn't it? Because we scored a goal, obviously, but you know it's annoying. It's very annoying because anyway, we'll get into start 11 now. Obviously, start 11, Moyes went, obviously, in goal went Pickford. Then, obviously, back he went with Patterson, Tarkowski, Brien, and McNeil again, thinking, again, obviously, I think McNeil, we should probably, again, I think it's a salary we don't have no left back at the club. We did. I imagine take him out because McNeil has been brilliant. Then, obviously, in midfield, he went with just got a guy. Obviously, in midfield, he went with return of just got a guy. Obviously, he's returned from AFCON and they obviously won the AFCON final. A few days now since the last time, wasn't it? A few days now since that was, obviously. Then in midfield, obviously, James Garner. Again, I thought, yeah, again, me personally, I'm not a big fan of James Garner, but he has done well. I'll give that, he has done well. And then obviously, on the left and right, obviously, he went with McNeil again. Now, like, say someone's got right. Someone in the comments tell me how he's getting a game. Like, honestly, you tell me how he's getting a game of football at Everton Football Club. Like honestly, he's someone in the comments, let me know how is he getting a game for us. I'd love to know. I'm sorry, but I'd love to know. I mean, this season, though, when he's played, he's I think not all the time. I think the only time he hasn't looked terrible is when playing. I think he's no time he's playing. He hasn't terrible seasons when playing against Aston Villa. Obviously, we got to win that game, but again, no. Every game he's been in, I don't know, he's just somebody, he's played terrible for some weird reason. I don't know what it is. Again, this game is just one of those where he just looked like he was playing was terrible. Then obviously in the middle with Armstrong again. I know what, Armstrong in the middle, I know what, good. You know what, good. I want to see more players like him play because, again, I know Armstrong's going to go back to pressing offense when it's low there, but finish was low there as you were, but again, next season, I think next season, Moyes is going to play a lot more because, he's the future, and I've thought with that as well, future, but yeah, I go him. He's just, we need it now. And then I'll see on the right, he went with, obviously, then I'll see on the right, then I'll see on the left, okay, then I'll see on the left, he went with, obviously, return of down on the left, he went with the return of Ndiaye, obviously, just got a guy, return, obviously, his turn, final, also a single one, obviously, so his return for that, so yeah, he did it. Again, the game wasn't brilliant, but again, you know what, he's come back from, obviously, AFCON, which obviously, I told him like obviously, he's returned from AFCON, obviously, which, anyway, against that, but yeah, very interesting. Obviously, then I've seen him. Then I was in front with Dewberry again. I thought, you know what, okay. Personally, I thought, yeah, good. It's good to see. It's actually good to see him play because it's like, it's actually good to see Dewberry start doing well now because if he hasn't done well the last 2 weeks, I don't know what he hasn't done well because I don't know why, but he's doing well now. So yeah, gonna go over it. Okay, right. See the first off. Do you know what? I thought we started the first half. You know what? I thought we started the first half okay. Again, we weren't amazing or great. I think at times in the first half we struggled to get some form in the game and try to get forward. Where we struggled at times in the first half because we did. But again, at times there's moments where I think at times there was like parts of the game where we really well, not well, but we did well enough to get a goal. Not well enough gone. No, but obviously parts of the game was today where we had chances to really get, can get a goal, but again, obviously, the goalkeeper, obviously Darlow kept it out. You're thinking, okay, Darlow kept it out, obviously. Then again, I think then obviously Leeds had a few. Then obviously Leeds had a few good chances to really get a goal, but again, Pickford did absolutely, Pickford did his usual, Pickford did his usual brilliant self. He kept out again. He did, he played brilliant. Obviously, he played brilliantly well, keeping out again. Again, apart from obviously apart from mention it, but obviously he did. Pickford did well as well. Obviously, Pickford did well. So again, yeah, I felt like Pickford. He had a few saves, he did. Then I think obviously Leeds did. Then I think their goalkeeper all had a few saves. Had a few saves make from us. Obviously, when we created a chance to get for us score a goal, but nothing really came back really. And yeah, again, there's a few more. I think there was parts of where obviously I think it's parts of the game we say where I think James got. I think that was in the second one. Basically, those moments where obviously we had chance to really get a goal, but nothing really came that. Obviously, yeah, and around the 28th minute, obviously Leeds created a really good chance to get a goal, and obviously James Justin goes forward and scores, makes it obviously makes it Everton 0 Leeds. What are you thinking? Oh, you're just thinking not this again. You think it's not been gonna be. Now you start thinking, oh, very similar to the first day, very similar to the first day of the season when they beat us. Obviously, not going to score line. I think it's the same line. Thinking the same score there, but it's our place not there, so you can not great, like but obviously again, I think I thought, I think we had again just chance after that, but nothing came of it for us. Again, Leeds had a few chances, but nothing came of it. Obviously, half time, Everton 0. Goes half time. Obviously, you think half time. One day, I think what. Yeah, obviously, I think. Obviously, I think in the second, what? Second half, we've got to be defensively, we've got it better. Attacking, go forward, got it better. We've got to be able to keep all the ball, and when we go forward with great chance, just go and score it. We should have done that. We weren't doing that because I really really got my nerves right was that we should have done a lot more of that. I don't know what it was. Again, there's parts first off where we did create these really chances to get a goal, but again in the first off we had just a chance to score a goal, but their goalkeeper obviously Diallo kept it out. Obviously Diallo kept it out, and I'm thinking, just imagine if we anyway. No point as well. Obviously, it's all second half. Yeah, around the 46th minute, we bring on Kieran Dewberry-Hall. Again, obviously around the 46th minute, we bring on Kieran Dewberry-Hall. Obviously, again, absolutely brilliant substitution. As you know, absolutely brilliant substitution. Again, a player that a player that I feel we've missed for a good time, because he's a player that again, I think the channel I've said it for how good he is again. In sort of levels, I told how good he is again. He's a player, maybe he's a player who can play mill. He's a player who can play mill. He goes over there. He's a player that I think he's a really good player, can play in midfield, and he's just. Again, he's a really good player for us, and he has done great well. But he's a really good player for us. And I think I seen him come back. I was like, wow, you see him back play, whatever. Obviously, well, and also around the same minute as well, we also bring on a return of Jarrett Brantwaite, obviously, who has been actually been out for a little bit longer than has been out for a bit longer than Dewsbury Hall, because one of Jarrett Brantwaite obviously had an injury. I think obviously he had I think Jarrett Brantwaite obviously had surgery as well. I think Jarrett Brantwaite obviously had surgery in the summer. I think Jarrett Brantwaite obviously had surgery. First off, he had surgery, so obviously he had to go. Obviously, had to operation and go and not rehab. He had to go into rehabilitation. Obviously, rehabilitation. Obviously, he had to go for rehab. I can't do it. And I was like obviously he had to go and not rehab, but had to go for rehabilitation as well, and then get back. Then I've got to back to train. Back to begin training and back on the train pitch and then doing that. So again, obviously I think that he's obviously had a long one because again, but You know what? But you know what? I was so made up happy to see him start. So I've been starting to think. I was like, thank you. You know what? Thank God, somebody who defensively is really good. Really good, top class quality defender who is our number one centre back. I'm sorry, but again, people may have gone to him. People may have gone to him. People may not like me. People might have gone saying this, but you know what? I'm sorry, but Jack Brown, in my opinion, is our number one centre back. He's so brilliant, so good as centre back. Oh my god! Like again, me personally, I want to see players like Jack Brown and Jacob Brown together because one, those two together are basically are our they are our future. Obviously, they are our future centre back pair. I'm sorry, but they are. Mykolenko LB, again, not person against him, not, but again, he's good, but he's not that. He's not. Again, he has some good job. I'll give you that. But after that, though, I'm sorry, but I just still see those two are they're the ones I think are for the future. I'm sorry, but anyway, we're getting to pass that, but obviously, if Jack Brown comes on for, if Jack Brown comes on for Armstrong again, I thought, you know what? Again, I thought, you know what? That's a. I don't see it. That's a weird. Again, that substitute was a weird, but really good one though. I thought it was a weird one, but it was a good one as well. So I thought, okay, yeah, that'll work. Then I was saying, Kindred substitution. Kindred came on for Dwight McNeil. Kindred came on Dwight McNeil. I thought, you know what? I thought, you know what? I was, you know what? Moyes made a right substitution. You know what? He's bringing off a player who, by the way, in the game wasn't brilliant, or he wasn't brilliant or great or even good. I'm sorry, but it wasn't right. And then he basically bought him off for Dwight McNeil. I mean, Dwight McNeil, by the way, he was terrible because he was. But Kindred was going, I was, you know what? Good. A player that we all know good he is. He's amazing, like proper, like amazing, right? Because he is. Obviously, around for 6 minutes. Obviously, I was around for 6 minutes. Do you know what? I actually thought in second half we actually played a little bit better in second half. We started creating much better chances to get forward. Obviously, the goalkeeper again kept it out. Then obviously Leeds had a few good chances to get a goal, but again, Pickford again kept it out. Again, that's despite it. Obviously, he just kept it again, which is obviously good to see. Then obviously, I think there's a few parts. I think it's obviously part of the game. I think there's parts of the game where Leeds had had a few chances, but again, I think Leeds had like one or two, or even three like decent chances to get a goal, but nothing really happened for that one. So, but again, Pickford kept it out. But again, no happened obviously. Yeah. Around the 54th minute, Strat, I can't remember his name. Obviously, Stach gets a yellow card for foul, and then obviously around the few minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes after that, around the 59th minute, Guvo, is it Guvo? V like Givo or something like that. Obviously Givo gets a yellow card for a foul. Again, that's what that was on. So, and then I was thinking, then I was thinking, you know what, right? If we keep doing what we're doing here, right, we might get a goal. If we get a goal there and make it like 1-1, I can see us going on maybe to get a winner. But again, knowing that Moyes isn't the man to always do that. But again, thinking Moyes always finds a weird way to do these things differently to any other manager. So yeah. Obviously, I think around 59 minute, around the 50. Pardon, not 59 minute, around the 56 minute. Pardon, like not 50. So I do pardon, not 59 minute. No, it's around the 50. I do pardon, that it's not 59, it's 56. Pardon that. I can't say it right. It's 50. Around 54th minute. Obviously, Drax come after that's 54th minute. Pardon that. I was around the 56 minute. Obviously, gets the yellow card as well. Obviously, yeah, but again, I thought, we did have, we had some decent good chances, but again, the goalkeeper Diallo kept it out. Obviously, around the 66th minute, Leeds bring on Tanaka. Obviously, Tanaka for Gruev. I can't see his name right. Gruev. I think it's Gruev or something like that. Yeah. Great name, like. Great game, like. Obviously, mad though. I was around 7 minutes. Yeah, therefore, then I was Leeds. They had a few then I was Leeds had a few chances to get a goal, but nothing really came of that. Obviously, therefore, we had a few odd good chances to really get a goal, but the goalkeeper they all kept it out. As I said before, obviously, yeah. Around the 71st minute, we bring on Tyler Dibling for Patterson again. You know what? Me personally, you know what? I think Tyler Dibling. Again, because you know what, I think Nate Patterson, this last 2 or 3 weeks, he's been playing. He has actually played quite well at right back. Because you know what, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Nate Patterson is a player that, you know what, I think we're finally seeing the good side, not good side, but obviously we're finally seeing seeing the side of Nate Patterson we wanted to see. Obviously, before he got injured, because you know what, we're seeing a good side play. Because you know what, I think we need to see him like this playing because he's so good. So as well, is that right? I think also with the news. Obviously, I'm not gonna. I'll do news videos, but obviously, I think the news of Scotland versus Scotland playing Ivory Coast at Haldon today, which I'm gonna news that. Obviously, when I'm not doing news that obviously, but again, like I said, you know what. Obviously, this is going to be a really important thing, and obviously I think that really important for that. I think that's really important for him. That's going to motivate him to go and play better, getting his first team play every week, and then he gets in the Scotland side, and then they'll play. Obviously, I think Scotland they're going to play Croatia, not Croatia, obviously Scotland they're going to play Ivory Coast, and obviously in like a pre FIFA World Cup warm-up friendly, which again. I personally, I agree with that. You know what? It's good because one, it's basically giving him motivation to come do well again because it's not because I think for him he's obviously had a really hard time, right? A lot stuff's gone on. Obviously with obviously getting injured, and then obviously he's had a lot of. I think some of it's obviously on him because there's a lot of it's a lot of it's on him obviously, but some of it's on all things, which I'm not going to mention, a lot of things. So, but yeah, again, I think he's had a good. Yeah, I think like last 2 weeks he has done quite well, and he hasn't messed up. He has done quite well, so I'll give that. Let's suppose I didn't come on for parts. I thought, you know what, Taliban's a winger, so I thought, okay, why is he right back? I thought, okay, yeah, as you know what, yeah, listen, as you know what, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Maybe players are good. We'll see what he has. But again, if he doesn't, you'll see. I mean, you know what? Again, right, he's always been a wing, so okay, you know what? I can say, you know what? Yeah, maybe we'll see if he can, come on and fit the game that way. But again, I think that really. But yeah, that happens obviously. Yeah, around the 76th minute, we create an absolutely incredible brilliant chance. We do. Obviously, we create an absolutely incredible brilliant chance. And Ndiaye goes forward. Obviously, this is just got a guy. Obviously, Ndiaye goes forward and scores, makes it Everton 1. Leeds United, obviously Leeds United, obviously Leeds. Wine thinking, get him, we gotta go. We're doing well, amazing. It's great, isn't it? Around 76 minutes, obviously. I think of that. Obviously, we had again. I feel like later in the game where we had. We were having some chance, but not much was happening from it. Again, obviously, we had a few chances, but it just seemed like we kind of stopped doing what we were doing. We kind of stopped doing what we were doing. We backed off. We basically, I think we kept giving Leeds, not kept giving gun, not kept going. No, we kept giving Leeds a few chances to get back in the game. But again, personally, I don't give because I think, you know what? Again, I mean, personally, you know what? I would never do it because again, I don't really think we should be doing that. But again, obviously, we obviously, I think obviously, we were doing that, obviously, which I don't agree with, but we were doing that, obviously, obviously, we're doing that again, but it's not great. But obviously, again, like I said, we were doing that, and I thought we could be doing a lot better than doing that. So yeah, not amazing. But obviously, I think obviously, I think then obviously it happened as you were happened. So not amazing. Obviously, so with that, but yeah, that happening. Obviously, yeah. I was running for 70 minutes. Yeah, around the 85th minute, Leeds bring on Longstaff for start. Obviously, again, you're thinking, now the thing thinking, okay, they're bringing on a few good decent players, bringing on a few good decent. Again, I think they brought on a few decently good. Plus average, not average. They brought a few decently good average players on. Really, again, they weren't. Again, but I think okay, they might affect the game because obviously they've not played. So, but yeah, let's look at that there. Monster, obviously, yeah. Yeah, also around segment as well. Leeds also bring on Okafor for Aronson, and also around the segment as well. Leeds also bring on oh god, this is the name I'm gonna butcher it now. They bring on Benetti. Was it Benetti? Yeah. Bring on Benetti for Banu thing, and then thinking right, they're bringing on a player that we never really heard about a game. Thinking he could probably score against the Solbers now. Let's not tell it, shall we? That happens. Obviously, yeah, around the 89th minute we bring on Beto for Barrett again. I think yeah, obviously. Yeah, I think I was like I've been saying like about Beto in more recent matchups I've been doing. But I think Beto, you know what? I mean, as an Everton, I love Beto too. But you know what? I think it's time to sell. You know what? I don't want to. I don't like saying because I don't. But I think it's time for us to sell because you know what? He doesn't look like he's having a good time here now, and he looks like he's getting towards the end of it now. So you know what? Maybe maybe get. Listen, I think we get an offer for him. I think if we get an offer for him, if we get an offer from, I think we get an offer from a club in the giant transfer window, I could say something. Listen, now let's think if we now let's I think the only way we can sell Beto is if we have. I'm sorry, but the only way I think we'd accept Beto is if we had to strike it in already by that time, and then we sell him like doing that because I can't see us selling one. Let's buy it. Just go and buy one now. So I can't see us doing that. But again, personally, I think I'd rather us do that because I think I love Beto do, but I think it's time for him to go because he's. You know what? I think Beto's again. Not what love God, but listen. What I absolutely love about Beto is he's a player that listen. He's a player that knows he isn't amazing or good. He's not amazing. Listen, Beto knows that he's not amazing or good gunner, but he knows he'll try his absolute heart. I think like Beto amazing or great gunner, but I think he is good because what it is I think Beto. You know what? Listen, I think he's good. I think he knew he wasn't that good, but he knew he'd do everything to him. And listen, I might be perfect. Listen, I might not great perfect gunner, but I think with him Beto is wall of arm is just he'll work so hard. He basically again. I know this season bit have gone, but you know what? I can't feel sorry for him. I just think I think it's time for you to go, mate, and it's time for you to go. That's to Italy. That's playing that because it's better for you. I know it's been up to a few years, but again, I really want to see him. Obviously do well for himself. I want to see him do well for himself. I think he does need it. He's obviously had a lot of bad stuff. He's had obviously a lot of things, and you can tell it's affected him. You can tell it. Right. I need to admit, around the 90th minute, Benetti gets obviously a yellow card for time waste, which is I can just obviously so obviously full time full time Everton 1 Leeds 1. You're thinking could have won that today. That's it. All right, that was whatever. Do you know what? Right. Okay. Do you know what? Me personally, you know what? You know what? I do feel like the game itself. Again, I think the result itself is, in a weird way, a letdown. But I also think, again, I don't want to keep people up because I obviously don't. But I was like to say before, you know what? Listen, right, it's not a win, it's not a defeat, it's a draw. We get points out of it. They get points out of it. So you know what? It's kind of good. It's kind of a good point, but in a weird way, it's kind of not a good point because I actually want us to get a win against this. I did, but like I said, you know what? I think in a weird way, it's the result. The result itself is disappointing because obviously it is. But you know what? Kind of go. Yeah, it is disappointing. But you know what? It is kind of disappointing because it is. But you know what? It's better than getting beat. It's not a win. It's not a win. It's not a win. It's not a defeat. It's a point. Obviously, it's a draw. Obviously, it's a draw. We get obviously it's a draw. We get a point out. They get points. So you know what? It's kind of. I think. Me personally, you know what? Me personally, you know what? It feels like drop points. But you know what? I think I was just saying, you know what? It's not a win. It's not a defeat. It's a point. It's a draw. It's a point. We get a point. They get a point. You know what? It's kind of, again, the result isn't great. You know what? It does feel like drop points. It does, but yeah, and also in a weird way, it feels like a result that we didn't want to get, but we got anyway. But listen, it is what it is. We got a point. Listen, it is what it is. Got a draw. We got a point out of it. Obviously, you know what? It is what it is, right? Again, you know what? Listen, right, it is what it is. You know what? It's not a win. It's not a defeat. It's a draw. It's a point. We get a point. They get. But you know what? Just leave it there. It's just is what it is, and that's it. You know. And as therefore, obviously, also make sure you go check out my halftime result video I uploaded like a few minutes ago. Really, basically, it's like the first time done one for a while because of I had problems with it previously. Which, I was very hesitant doing it because I last time out and I had a real. I'm not gonna mention what happened last time. It wasn't amazing now, so I'd really appreciate you go check it out because it's a really good video. It's like it's first time I've done it in the ground, so I'm just like testing it out. Let's see it works, but as you will, but yeah. Anyway, so for obviously, yeah. I was letting my thoughts comments below. Do you think listen, I think we should have got. Listen, I think we should have got a win at the Hilding Stadium. Listen, I think we should have beaten Leeds. Listen, I think we should have got a win against Leeds at the Hilding Stadium. Listen, I think we should have got a win at home versus Leeds. Listen, I think we should have got. Listen, I think we should have won. Not one got but there's not one got but listen, I think we should have got a result at home versus Leeds. I think we shouldn't have. I think Leeds should have beaten us, or and obviously, if you're a Leeds fan, do you think you should have beaten us yesterday, or do you think we should have beaten you yesterday, or do you think? I don't know. Obviously, I think I was doing things as well. Do you think? Yeah. So for the opinions on obviously the results. So do you think you should beaten us, or do you think we should beat you yesterday, or anything? Obviously, yeah, and yeah, what it is. And obviously, yeah. So I was getting what I'm saying sometimes. Obviously, as I was saying as well. You know what? I think as I was saying, you know what? As I was saying, obviously, yeah, obviously, yeah. Listen, if you want to see more great videos like match previews, instant match or match reviews, as you were. And you also see videos like obviously my start. I was breaking these videos as well, but as obviously my starting versus videos like that. Obviously, I also want to see exclusive videos like Mykolenko live show with topics. Obviously, numerous other great videos like that as well. Do you know what I would really? Do you know what I? Do you know what I would really? Do you know what I would? Do you know what I would really appreciate it? You would subscribe to EFC TV at youtube.com. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to EFC TV at youtube.com. And also if you're new or you subscribe to the channel as well, make sure you press the notification button that spell as well. Make sure you do that as well. So I was gonna have them. And yes, let's get on. You know what? You know what? Because one, it absolutely massively helps trying to get going, improve, get better again. You know what? And this is something that you know what? This is something that I absolutely love doing. Something that I've got passion for. Something that I'm like very good at. I want to really keep doing it because I absolutely love doing it. Because it's something that it makes my day. Because it's just amazing. I love doing it. But yeah, and I'd really appreciate you would obviously subscribe. It helps out. It means I can keep doing it, and then we can improve them better. Like make the videos better, improving them and all that stuff really. But again, massively helps. Obviously it does. But again, I really appreciate it. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, yeah. Also, don't forget as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to both. If you're interested in WWE and you're interested in like WWE and wrestling as you were, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling UK. If you're interested in wrestling, obviously. Also, if you're interested in filming videos, make sure you subscribe to FURV TV at FURV TV as well. Just subscribe to that as well. You know what? You know what? And also really appreciate it if you would either subscribe to one of them or both. You know what? It gives both or one channels. Obviously gives. I think obviously it gives both or one of the channels. Some more obviously. And I don't intend to go obviously. Yeah. So basically, obviously, I think obviously by you subscribing, again, it gives the obviously like one or both channels a massive, you know, it gives them some, obviously it gives them, gives them some, obviously gives them interest to people. Obviously people start watching it, and then obviously gets that thing out there. So again, I'd really appreciate you could go either subscribe to one of them or both, because again, I'd really appreciate you do that. But yeah, not really would, because it helps massively. So for obviously, yeah, do you know what? And also really appreciate you would share it on Facebook, share on Twitter.com, share on any of your other socials as well. And also make sure you share, and also don't forget to don't forget to your friends, your family, and when you know what, I'll get the name out there. You will do that. Again, it helps them after you can do that, because it helps out. Okay. Oh yeah, so that I was figuring this. Obviously, again, obviously, you know what myself obviously does. Yeah, good with that. Okay. Obviously, yeah. Don't forget to give a like. Don't forget to give a like. Leave comments, as I said before. Don't forget to give a like. Leave comments. Obviously, first person who leaves comment in the comment section below, get an humble shout out as well. So yeah, there you go. Obviously, yeah. And yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't a win, but is what it is. So yeah.